Hey everyone, welcome back to 1 Cent Sports Cards YouTube channel. Today I'm doing another review of the latest set that has come out for the 2020 baseball card season, and today we will be reviewing the Topps Opening Day set. Now at the end of this review, what we will do is the exclusive 1 cent sensational set rating. That is where we take all sorts of different features. We've got 10 different categories at which we can break this set down on, and then we give it a score out of 1 of 10. We aggregate all those scores, which will give us a set ranking, which will stack this set up against other sets from the 2020 card season, as well as historically for the Topps Opening Day sets. So without further ado, let's get into this. So here's the things we're going to highlight today. We're going to do set highlights. We're going to do buying formats, different ways that you can buy into this. We'll go over the key cards that you can get. We will go over who should be collecting this set, who should not be collecting this set. We will go over inserts, autos, and relics, set positives and negatives, and I'm throwing a surprise in here. I'm going to tell you the teams you should target in breaks, so you can get the most value if you buy into any breaks of Topps 2020 Opening Day. And that will all bring us down to the 1 cent sensational set rating, where we give you, where I think this set stacks up amongst other sets. So let's get into it. Here are the Topps 2020 Opening Day, the Topps Opening Day 2020 set highlights. First of all, keep in mind that this is an entry-level value price Topps product. It is one of Topps' longest running sets. It debuted all the way back in 1998. So this is like a 22, 23-year-old set now. The set list for this year is going to have a 200 card base set list, and there is one short print base card, and that is the coveted number 201 Luis Robert card. In this set, we're going to have 18 rookie cards, which is a little bit lower than we've seen in some of the other top sets lately. One of the highlights is for every pack, you are going to get one insert card. The design basically uses the flagship 2020 design that has happened in years past, so nothing new there. However, you will see that it's got the opening day logo on the card as well. So a little bit about the parallels, short prints, variations. One of the things they do have this year is Canada parallels, which are literally exclusive to Canada. You can't get them in America. However, there are 6 cards. They are Canadian players that are playing in the MLB or on the Toronto Blue Jays. The parallels that you can get out of this are going to be the opening day parallels. They are, if you get one of the opening day parallels, there are 2,020 copies of them. They are not numbered cards, but according to various sites that I researched, they are basically numbered to 2020. However, they will not have a serial number on the card. The only other parallels in this, guys, is going to be the opening day 1 of 1 editions, which you get 1 of 1s. So no to 99s, no to 250s, no to 25s, none of that. And of course, you can get the printing plates. The other thing is there will be short print image variations of the base set, which is 30 different cards. So that's kind of the highlights, and that's what you can expect to pull out of this. The other thing is there are but before I get into the buying formats, there's a bunch of inserts and stuff, which we're going to go over all that in just a minute. So here's the different ways that you can buy Topps 2020 this year. First of all, and most people would buy it in this type of format, you've got the retail format. So there's a retail box, which is 36 packs, 7 cards per pack. Now what you see on screen is actually a blaster box. I don't have a picture of the retail box yet, but there are 36 packs in a retail box, 7 cards per pack, so that's 252 total cards, and it should cost you somewhere around $27. The cost per card on that, a minuscule 11 cents. You will get 36 cards, or 36 inserts, 1 per pack, but there is no guaranteed hit. There's not going to be any guaranteed hits in any of the formats. There's the blaster box format, which is going to be 11 packs, 7 cards per pack again. The blaster box will only cost you $10, so the cost per card on that is going to be 13 cents, and there is 1 insert per pack. There's a super pack, so we'll call that's what they're calling it. However, most people would know it as a fat pack. That is going to have 24 cards, going to cost you somewhere around $5. So your cost per card starts creeping up there to 21 cents. You might be able to find it a little bit cheaper than $5, but what you do get for that is 3 inserts in the pack. So that kind of justifies your cost per card creeping up a little bit. So you get 3 inserts per pack there. And then of course, because it is retail, you will find gravity packs of this. They should cost you around $2. Your cost per card on that's going to be about 28 cents. Don't recommend buying gravity packs. Very easy to search, very easy to get damaged. So I would recommend staying away from the gravity packs, but if you're on a really limited budget, gravity packs not a terrible option to go. Your other option is going to be hobby boxes. Now the hobby box and the retail box are about the same thing. Going to cost you around $27. You're going to get 36 packs, 252 total cards. So a cost per card of 11 cents, 36 inserts, and again, no guaranteed hit. However, in the hobby box, I would think the odds of getting a hit are going to be a little bit better than in retail. So if you're thinking about buying in on this, I would actually say out of these formats, the hobby format is the way to go, because that'll probably be your best chance at pulling one of the autos, because there are autos in this set and there are relics. So as we move on, here's kind of the key cards of what you can be looking for in 2020 Topps Opening Day. First, we'll start with the base cards. Obviously, our big 4 rookies. Yordan Alvarez, we've been seeing them all year. They've been key cards in every set. The Yordan Alvarez rookie card, the Gavin Lux rookie card, the Aquino, and the Bichette. But this is one of Topps' first sets that has Luis Robert. In fact, it is Luis Robert's first true rookie card in Topps 2020. So he was not in Heritage, he was not in Series 1. So of all sets for Luis Robert to be in, they have chosen Topps Opening Day to throw him in. I think that's in response to the fact that Don Russ put Luis Robert into their set. So that is going to be a short print. It is card number 201. That's probably going to be a pretty hot card in this set. When we get into the parallels, the autos, the short prints, the relics, and the inserts, the ones that are going to carry the most value here, guys. And when we talk value in opening day, put everything in perspective. This is not a investor type set. However, the mascot inserts, mascots are heavily prevalent in Topps Opening Day. They have been for years. So the mascot inserts, one of the more popular cards in the set. They do have patch relics, which are numbered to 99. It's one of the only cards that is numbered in fact, it's the only cards that are numbered outside of the one of ones. So there's the mascot patch relics, and then there are mascot autos as well. The image variation autos from the base set. So there's autos on the image variation cards that you can pull. So those will be pretty hot cards as well. You've got the autographed diamond relics. Now that is where those are basically relic autos. So those are going to be really awesome. The dugout peaks inserts, those are limited print. So there's a ton of different inserts in this set, which we're going to cover in just a minute. The dugout peaks inserts are limited print, so those should be carry some value. And then the same is true for the lighter side of baseball inserts. And then finally, there is the Walk This Way autos. Now those are cards that are autographed that have scenes from walk-off hits from 2019. So that brings us to, before we get into all the inserts and stuff, the real question comes down to who should be collecting this set. Obviously, it's a value-based set. The very first people that should collect this, kids and families with kids. So if you're a dad with a young kid, a mom with a young kid, this is a value set that is totally designed as a fun set that celebrates the fun side of baseball. If you have a kid in Little League, they will relate to this so well. And it's an easy set to collect. It's only 200 cards. It is a great set to teach a kid how to set build. You could probably build the set for less than $100, just a pack fresh set that way. So it's a great set to get kids into the hobby. And the photography and everything is the same stuff from Series 1. So kind of cool, cool photographs and the inserts and stuff. It's all designed around fun, guys. If you collect mascots, there's a lot of people out there that collect mascots. Obviously, this is one of the sets that you're going to want to get into. And if you like inserts, some of the inserts are really cool this year. There is, I think it's like 3 or 4. We'll get into it in a minute. There's 3 or 4 brand new inserts, subsets for 2020. There's a lot of them, guys. So if you like inserts, you're going to get 1 per pack. This is definitely a set that you should be looking at. And then again, because it is a value-based set, collectors on a limited budget, this is the cheapest set of the year, the cheapest cost per card of the season. You can buy this stuff. It is going to be inexpensive. Blaster boxes are less than $10. They're like $9.99. So definitely a set that anyone can buy into. And then finally, because I would say nostalgia collectors, one of the longest running, continuously running Topps sets. Been around since 1998, and it does capture the fun and the spirit of the game. It really is a really fun set to collect. So these are the type of people that should be collecting this. True baseball fans, people that aren't collecting cards for the business side of it. That is not that's kind of not the angle here. This is kind of families getting people into the hobby, getting people to see the fun side of baseball and the fun side of baseball card collecting. That's who should be buying this stuff. So then the question becomes, who should not be buying this? Obviously, first and foremost, if you are an investment collector, if you collect cards as investments and investments only, this is not you. Most of these cards hold very little value. Obviously, some of the autos will, but even the autos, compared to some of the bigger sets that will come out in 2020, will not hold the same value as a flagship product or another higher end product. However, they do hold a little bit of value, but if you are looking to invest, this is not the collection for you, and you probably already know that. The other thing, if you like collecting parallels and serial numbered cards, there basically isn't any, and there's very little that are serial numbered. There's basically the opening day parallels, which will not be numbered, and they are to 2020, and then there's the 1-on-1s, then there's those mascot relics to 99. That's it. Also, if you collect autos, again, kind of like Heritage, there wasn't a buying format that guarantees any autos, and the odds on autos are typically long in these sets. You could buy a few of these and not pull any autos. You could buy a few boxes and not pull any autos. And then the other thing is, most of them are going to be sticker autos, except for the ballpark profile autos. And those are, and the ballpark profile autos, we'll get into this in a minute, but those actually aren't baseball stars anyways. They're like personalities in baseballs and announcers and stuff. So not sure. I mean, there's a market for those, but those probably won't hold much value anyway. There's better autos to collect that'll come out throughout the year. The other thing, if you collect prospects, there's not going to be any prospects in this, so stay away from this set. And then finally, and this isn't a knock on anyone, but if you don't follow the game of baseball, this is definitely not a set for you. This set celebrates the fun of baseball. It is not anything other than that. So if you're expecting something different, if you're a fan of baseball, you will get this set. They've got the dugout peaks. It captures the spirit of what happens at a day at the ballpark, and it really captures it through through the imagination of a child. So if you don't follow the game of baseball, this set is going to be lost on you real fast. So I've been talking a lot about it. Here's the different insert sets you can get, and keep in mind, you get 1 insert in every pack that you're going to open. The first one is the opening day. This is going to be 15 cards. Basically, opening day is photos of 2019 opening day festivities around stadiums. You've got a new insert set for 2020. It's the Spring is Sprung, and this is a 25 card set that is basically spring training images over the decades. I think there's a Babe Ruth in there. There's like Cal Ripken. I think there's a Mickey Mantle in the set. So a lot of stars from the past, and it's pictures of them doing spring training, which is kind of cool. There's the Walk This Way. We covered this one off. It's walk-off victories from 2019. You can see that to the right. That is the Ronald Acuna walk-off. That's 25 cards in that set. That's also a new set. And then another new set that you've got for 2020 is the lighter side of baseball. So this is like funny moments and different personalities. Those are limited print, and they are 25 cards in the set. Moving on, you've got another one. So this is 4 brand new insert sets for 2020. You've got the 2020 Topps Sticker Collection Preview, which is exactly what it sounds like. You're going to get the sticker collection that is, I think, due out here in about a month or so. There's the mascots, which is going to be 24 cards. So it'll cover off on all sorts of different mascots. I did not see the Rally Monkey in there, which definitely made me a little bummed. But I think I'll survive. And then finally, there is the Team Traditions and Celebrations insert, which has 10 cards as well. Oh, wait, that's not even finally. There was one more way down here. That's right. There's the Dugout Peaks, which is limited print as well, which is those are peeks into game time dugouts. So pictures of the dugout during game time. Probably going to see a lot of people doing their secret handshakes and stuff like that. There's 20 cards in that set. So if you're into inserts, man, these are some really cool insert sets. I do really like them. Now, just because the autos are going to be long and this is not an auto-driven set does not mean that there's not autos. So let's cover off on the autos real quick. First of all, you've got opening day autos. There's going to be 20 cards in that set. The ballpark profile autographs, 11 cards in that set. I mentioned it earlier, but that is not baseball stars. What that is going to be is the personalities behind mics. That is going to be personalities within the stadium. The Diamond Relics autograph, which you can see to the right, that's going to have like stadium dirt and autographs. So that's kind of a neat card there. Mascot autographs, probably one of the more higher sought after autographs in this set. So autographs from the mascots. And then there are mascot autographed relics. So you've got the game worn mascot worn jersey plus the autograph. So that's kind of cool. Image variation autographs. So that's going to be autographs on the image variation base set. And the Walk This Way autographs with 10 cards in that set. So as you can see, not a huge autograph. And when you look at the number of cards and the number of cards that will be produced in this, autograph odds are going to be long. So be wary and do not expect much when you're opening packs of these. If you hit one, you've probably gotten pretty lucky and you're pretty stoked. When we look at relics, here we go. We've got opening day relics. There's going to be 25 cards in that, and that is basically game use relics, game use swatches, bats, jerseys, stuff like that. Then there's the diamond relics, which is going to have 26 cards. That's going to have ballpark dirt. So dirt from the fields of the ballparks that the card represents. Major League Mementos, there's going to be 8 cards in these. These are actually pretty cool too. You get stadium and ballpark relics. So that's actual stuff that is from the stadium. Like the one that they've been promoting online is actually from the flag is from Chris Bryant, and it's from the W flag from the Chicago club from the Chicago Cubs. So it's literally a swatch from a W flag for one of the victories for Chicago Cubs. So that's kind of a cool relic. The mascot relics, you've got 5 cards in there. That's going to be swatches. You can see that to the right. And then the patch relics, which are actually manufactured relics, and those are going to be 9 cards as well. So as a sneak peek into basically if you buy into team breaks on this, which I think the only format you would ever do that in this scenario would be like a case break or something like that. But it should be pretty cheap to get into. And you may see some smaller breakers like myself that may throw this in as like a side box on a bigger break or something like that. But there are a couple teams that you could target strategically that you may be able to trade for. Some of them are a little obvious. Some of them a little less obvious. So first of all, the Atlanta Braves, you've got 6 autos. There is a Ronald Acuna. I think there's 2 Ronald Acuna Jr. autos you can get. So there's 6 autos, there's 2 variation cards, and 3 relics. You've got the Cubs, who have 4 autos and 7 relics. So if you're into relics, that's really the Cubs are a great team to target there. The Houston Astros, they only have 3 autos, but guess what? They're all Yordan Alvarez. So the Astros are going to be look. It's going to be tough to get the Astros, but if you land them, the fact that there's 3 different Yordan Alvarez autos in there is pretty awesome. They do have 1 variation card, and they do have 5 relics, so not a bad relic team either. The Dodgers, you've got Gavin Lux. You've got a ton of great autos. They've got 8 autos, which I think is more than any other team that you can buy. They've got 2 variations, 4 relics. The Dodgers are a great team to have in this. If I was making trades and stuff, I would target the Dodgers all day long. Going to be tough because of Gavin Lux, but again, the Dodgers, if not a bad one to trade at all. And then the Milwaukee Brewers. Here's a sneaky one. They've got 7 autos, 2 variations, and 6 relics. And the autos are nice autos, guys. I think Keston Hiura's in there. Go look at the auto checklist. The Milwaukee Brewers are someone that is one of the teams that I think you could trade for real easy. And then finally, you've got the New York Mets, which they've got 4 autos, but 3 different variations of Pete Alonso autos. And they've got 2 image variation cards in the set, plus 4 relics. So those are the teams I personally would target. Okay, so getting down to it. Here is the positives that I see from the 2020 Topps Opening Dayset. First and foremost, cheapest set for the 2020 baseball card season. You ain't going to find a cheaper set. So definitely think about that. If you're on a limited budget, this is a great set. It's really fun to collect. Everything from mascots to, you've got autos, you've got stadium dirt, you've got stadium relics like the W flag from the Cubs. I mean, it's totally fun stuff. The Walk This Way inserts, totally fun inserts. It's designed to be fun. It's geared towards a youthful market. It captures the spirit of the game. Really fun to collect. The other thing is it's going to be readily available. You can get this in hobby and retail formats. It'll be on shelves. Not going to be a tough set to come by. The other thing I really like about Topps Opening Day, and I just noticed I had a spelling error on that, on the Topps Opening Day on my little PowerPoint here. But the other thing, like myself, it doesn't take itself too seriously. It is not trying to be a set for investors. It's trying to be a set for real collectors and people that collect because they love the sport. That's what I love about this set. It is not something where, you've got everyone worried about how many hits are in a box. This is not that type of set. This is called, let's look at some fun cards. Let's try and build a small little set. Let's not have it be too expensive. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It's not meant to. The other thing I like about this set is it's a great set to introduce kids to the hobby. If you want to have your kid learn how to be a set builder, this is the set to train them on. If you want to have them start reading the backs of baseball cards and seeing with the fun behind the hobby, this is a great set to do that with. The other thing I like is it's got lots of new inserts for 2020. It's a great insert. It's surprising how well some of the inserts are. And some of the new inserts are also limited print. And then finally, we didn't cover off on the full auto checklist, but there are autos of a lot of established stars in this set. There's, if you can find them and you get lucky hitting one, there's Devers, there's Acuna Jr., there's Soto, there's Trout, there's Yelich, Pete Alonso. I think Tatis is in there. I mean, they have some killer autos in this set from guys that are, if you pulled these in any other set, you would say it was the hit of the box. And you might be able to find these for a lot cheaper than some of the other boxes that you'll buy in the 2020 season. So moving on to some of the negatives. Probably the obvious one, there's just not a lot of value over time for these cards. Investors basically should just stay away from this set. If you're someone that's looking to sell cards on eBay, this isn't right. I mean, you could sell these and people do buy them, but do not expect that you're going to get for an image variation $4, $5, $6, $7. You're just not going to get it. This is not a set that holds a ton of value. It's not supposed to. One other negative that I see is that there's not a lot of there's basically no numbered parallels in this set. Which and there's really no parallels period other than the 2020 opening day parallel. So anyways, moving on, there's also, hey, look, I get there's some really cool autographs, but the odds on autographs are going to be long in this. If you're looking for autographs, you should probably look somewhere else. But if you get lucky enough to hit one, some of them are actually pretty nice. Smaller checklist. It's only got 200 cards. It does have all your key rookies. And the real cool thing is it's got the Luis Robert card, which is going to be huge. I actually think that if there's one card you should try and get out of this, it's going to be that Luis Robert. Another thing is it's going to have a high production run. It's a retail and hobby release. You can't get in a big box store without making a ton of this stuff. So you will, high production run is going to hurt its value as well. And then the other thing that I've never been a big fan of, they use the same exact photos that they use in the Topps Series 1 flagship product. So when you crack these open, if you've already opened a bunch of Series 1, you've seen all the pictures before, so it takes a little bit of fun away from actually cracking the packs just to see what the imagery, I mean, it uses the same exact design and everything, so that's kind of one of those things that you go, I wish they would switch up some of the images, which they do in the image variation portion of the set, but it would be nice to see different images for opening day. So that brings us to our 1 cent sensational set rating. So let's see how this set breaks down for 2020 versus other 2020 sets and against the Topps Opening Day historical sets. So, like I said, we've got 10 different categories. So for appeal, I don't know, this appeals to different people, and it does have kind of a loyal following. However, this is not nearly as big a release as like the flagship Series 1. It's not as big as the Chrome releases. It's not as big as Bowman. But I do think that there are some children and families, most definitely, and some people that just like collecting for the spirit. So I'm going to give the appeal a 4 on this. The checklist, I'm going to give it a 5. It does have the Luis Robert card, which I think is the highlight because that's Topps' first true kind of rookie card of Luis Robert, which is surprising that they put it in opening day, but really cool they put it in opening day too. So I give it a little extra for that, but all in all, it's not it's only got 18 rookies out of 200 cards. So base checklist, we'll give it a 5. The inserts, I'm going all the way up to a 7. The only reason it doesn't get more is these inserts aren't going to hold a ton of value, but the Walk This Way stuff, the Dugout Peaks, some of the newer stuff that they've introduced, I think it does deserve a 7. Parallels and variations. I'm giving it a 2, and the only reason it gets a 2 and not a 1 is the fact that it does have an 30-card variation checklist, which will be kind of cool. But the absence of parallels almost across the board, we're not going to give it a very high score there. The auto checklist, I'm going to bump it to a 4. There are some great autos in here, but the odds are going to be really long, and they're going to be on or sticker autos. They're not going to be on card. But if you were lucky enough to pull one, I mean, you could pull Trout autos out of here. You could pull Acuna Jr. autos. You can pull Alonso. So we're going to give it a 4. Pack odds and production. The production won't be as high as Series 1, but it'll still be pretty high. And the pack odds will be kind of long on, well, really long for the 1 of 1 and autos. And there's really nothing else to pull out of here. Not a ton of meat on pack odds. So we'll give it a 3. Card quality is similar to Series 1, but maybe the print quality is not quite as well. So we're going to give that a 3. Historical value, look, everyone kind of knows the historical value on this stuff. It really isn't there. That this isn't a set that you collect for value. So we'll give it a 1. Artistic value. Don't like the fact that they always use the same photos as the flagship product. So I'm going to give it a 3. And then the cost value, however, look, this set costs almost nothing to buy into. So we're going to give it a 9.5. Probably should have given it a 10 because there is no cheaper set. So that's how we break it down. Now, here's how this works. We're going to add up all these numbers and we're going to give it a rating, and we'll see where it falls on the sensational set rating. Does it get 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 stars? One would be a set that you totally do not want to buy into. There's no value. There's no real fun stuff to collect. Two would be, you know, it's an okay set. And then three is, yeah, it's probably something you should look at. It's kind of an average run of the mill. Four gets you into that world of, you know, you should really be looking into this set. And five is a don't miss this set no matter what you do. Mortgage the house if you have to. Anyways. Here's how Topps 2020 opening day ranks. Our final rating is going to be a 41.5. So a high score as a 2-star rating. So not a huge rating on this. But I do want to say this. With the categories that we have when you talk about value and when you talk about autos and stuff like that, this is not a set that really tries to score high in those categories anyways. If you were collecting because you like inserts, if you were collecting because you like the spirit of the game, because you got kids, do not look past this set. I think it's a really fun set, guys. Some of the new inserts are really cool, and you do have a chance at pulling some stuff that might be kind of fun to pull out of this. So don't miss out on a chance of that. What I'd recommend is maybe go buy yourself a retail box here or there. Go spend the 25 to 30 bucks it's going to cost to get you a retail box. Maybe open one box of this stuff, see what you can pull, and just have fun with it. That's the point of this set. Opening day is right around the corner, guys. So that's what this is celebrating, that the fun of the game, the fun of a day at the ballpark. That's what this celebrates. It's really kind of designed to bring all sorts of different fans in. So with that, guys, that is my review of 2020 Topps opening day. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about 2020. Be sure to throw over to first, hit that like button if you haven't done so already, and subscribe to the channel because we will be reviewing most of the major sets for 2020. So we will do these as the sets come out, and this will be kind of your definitive guide to the 2020 card collecting season. So definitely hit that bell so you can see when the new set rankings and set guides come out, and would really appreciate that. So with that, good luck on all of your guys' pack rips this season. We will talk to you soon. Thank you for watching.